It's time for some exposure. Some exposure. Some exposure. Expose myself to you. To you. To you. E-X-P-O-S-E. Expose. 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 Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, this is Scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Expose. 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 Expose.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up guys, it's Scarce here, and so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Expose. 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 You're exposed. You're exposed. You are exposed. Expose, 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 expose. You are exposed, sir. I'm going to expose you. Expose you. Oh my God, expose you. Expose. 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 It's time for some exposure. Some exposure.
Well, fart on me and call me Phil. I didn't think this shit would be popping like this quickly, even with the topic at hand. Hello, everybody. How are you? We got, speaking of popping, we got super chat cherry poppers. We got 3. Wow, this is usually doesn't start this quick. We got B-Man actually doing the pop. Could have swore someone came before you, B-Man. Could have. Matthew East. Why did it not register your super chats? He is the true super chat cherry popper. Hold My Horse Systems reality team. I was a mod on the main channel. Every time I ask you, it's just sparked an avalanche of people asking, so I get drowned out. Brian, I remember you, so you could be a mod. Please give that luscious bird a kiss for me. So we'll wait a couple minutes. We'll wait till we get to 500 people. I actually get the video live while I'm doing it, so we're ready. I don't think we need to watch it, but that was fun. That was fun. So YouTube has a very quote-unquote exciting system, which, to be quite frank with you, YouTube, I don't even know why it exists, because excuse me, because you just circumvent it anyway and demonetize videos anyway. But the exciting thing YouTube has I'm just going to go into it now. People, they want to restart the stream, they could figure it out that way. YouTube lets you manually rate your videos to see if they're worthy of monetization. Nowhere, man, I'm going to hold off for a little bit. Hi, Phil. I don't know who Phil is unless you're talking about Philip Burnell. Yeah, dude, they do help you out a lot, man. And you don't have to get shit-faced on edibles for it to enjoy them. YouTube took down my thumbnail when I reviewed Nas X's music video. His thumbnail as part of the thumbnail for breaking that his video is still up with the same thumbnail. Welcome to YouTube. Rich, serious, what would you do if you woke up tomorrow and you were Amaranth's microphone that she uses for I don't know, that's a very strange question. I don't even know how to begin to answer that. Who is Amaranth? Oh. Yeah, no. That would still be weird. Italian Dr. Phil is late in the house. Damn it. Yeah, I know I'm a little late tonight. I don't know. I almost didn't stream tonight. So anyway, YouTube, you would think this would give you freedom. And YouTube's basically saying, oh, you're a partner. We trust you. Manually rate your own videos. And unless, like, someone comes back, like, that's how I thought it would work. Unless someone came back, like a viewer came back and complained and said, oh, my God, this video should not have been monetized, it would be monetized. That would make sense to me, okay? If you're just going to have someone at YouTube demonetize the video anyway and you're not going to trust me, which 9.9 out of 10 of my videos this doesn't happen to, if not a higher percentage than that, because YouTube would take away my partnership if it did. I do rate them accurately. But so let's start from the beginning. So there, like, you rate your own videos, you have to rate them. And even my EDP videos, there was nothing in them. We didn't mention any sexual acts. We didn't mention what he did. I didn't show any footage. I didn't even show him saying anything. If there was any swears, we took them out. So we said they could be monetized. YouTube disagreed. I still even think the videos on EDP had, like, I could put my 4-year-old son and he would have no idea what was going on in front of them. Like, we didn't mention anything at all sexual in them. But one of those videos, and they said one video that was deleted, which I think that was a bug. They were saying that they should have been not monetized or limited ads, and we said full ads. So you get put on kind of like, you haven't been rating your videos accurately. I'm paraphrasing, so try to rate them more accurately, and we can't trust your ratings as much, so you have to wait for the automated system to make your videos monetized, which does suck for my editor, because he has to basically sit around and wait for sometimes a couple hours for them to get the green dollar sign to make them live. So that was frustrating. Whatever, fine. I didn't even fight it, though, with that one, because fine, it's about EDP. I get it. I still think the video should have stayed monetized because, like I said, even with EDP, they were still pretty much G-rated. So, whatever. I let it go because of what it was about, and I guess the argument could have been made, even though I don't agree, that those videos should have been limited ads. Now, before I go into the rest of the story, Rich, why it's not just about money? And you're right, it isn't just about money, but what people don't realize is, and I had a feeling, I'm even looking at the video now, it got way below average viewership on my channel. Now I know why. When your video isn't fully monetized, it isn't even about the revenue. The video doesn't get as many views unless it gets naturally viral and people start sharing it on Reddit and other websites, or it's something that people are actively typing into the search bar to find. And even then, YouTube may not push your video because it's not worth it for them financially to do so. Your videos don't get as many views. Okay, it's just how it is. It's how the system works. You could ask any YouTuber, they will verify what I'm saying. So, nonetheless, I see there's a bunch of super chats getting in. I will not miss any of them. Finally, we got taken off the naughty list. It just happened a couple days ago. Okay, again, keep in mind, out of the hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds upon, I have over 4,000 videos on my channel, but out of the hundreds upon hundreds of videos in the past 90 days that I've uploaded, there was, they say I deleted one, which I still think is a bug. I can't prove it. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it was a bug. I don't remember deleting anything. there was 2 videos, let's just say, out of those hundreds that they said I rated inaccurately, which put me on this naughty list, which makes it take a lot longer for the videos to be monetized, okay? So we do this, like, I know people wanted me to talk about the Activision Blizzard stuff. You could watch I rewatched the video purposely to make sure. There was nothing in it. I say sexism is in workplaces. That's the closest I could find. I didn't mention anything sexual. I didn't mention anything about nudes. I didn't mention anything about, groping or anything. Nothing. I could, without hesitation, have my 4-year-old sit in front of the video and watch it. And my editor rated the video accurately. He doesn't lie about the ratings. Needless to say, and again, it's not about the money with this. It's about how it affects the whole channel. I go on today and it says all of a sudden the video has limited ads. And I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. I was like, we just worked our asses off to make sure for the past couple months that every video is rated accurately, even more than we usually do and we always do. So we get out of this weird like limbo that YouTube puts you in where it takes forever for videos to be monetized. Now we're all the way back at square one again. So I go watch the video like I just said, and there's nothing in the video. It says, I've said spicier shit in other videos where I say shit and curse and stuff like that, and they're fine with those videos. I'm like, really? So, because you can curse a few times and YouTube doesn't, they'll let you monetize them. Like, this video is less controversial than those. So, because YouTube's system needs to be better, I had to go tweet at Team YouTube. And I've noticed that they answer quicker too. If you if you don't put the period first, then at whoever you're talking to on Twitter, they don't seem to respond as fast. So I make it a public tweet so people see it. They seem to respond quicker. And literally, I would say maybe 45 minutes later, this is how you know they screwed up. They fixed it. They put it full monetization again. So 2 things happened with this video. One, it almost hurt my channel again. 2, I know for a fact, because my other videos have viewed better, that it didn't get the viewership it should have gotten because YouTube's automated system said, this video is controversial. It should not be sent to as many people, even though it wasn't. YouTube, you got to fix this system, man. I mean, I appreciate you doing this and fixing it fast for me, but this makes me just want to just upload like a few videos, like unless there's something huge breaking, like we find out that Gabe Newell's actual nipples are going to be replicated on the Steam Deck for the analog sticks. It makes me not want to cover anything. It makes me not want to cover anything because I feel like I'm playing Russian roulette with my channel every time I upload. It's insane. It should not be this way. It should not be this way. I have been on this platform now, full-timing it for over 8 years. I think I've proven myself that I follow the rules, that I am responsible with my channel, and that I don't try to do anything to circumvent. I don't. But I still get penalized. And what frustrates me is, dude, this job has been the most secure job I've ever had. Who was saying that? There was someone on Howard Stern's. Oh, it was Bill Maher saying, like everyone says, like the entertainment industry is the least stable industry to make a living in. This has been the most stable living I've ever made. But anyway, who's messaging me? 2 people. Yeah, a girl just messaged me to go 6 a.m. for a jog. I have no issue with the jog or no issue with walking, but if you think I'm waking up at 6 a.m., sometimes I work till past midnight. No. Anyway. So, let me look. We got a whole bunch of Italian Dr. Phil. Chick-fil-A is God's holy. Chick-fil-A is good. Even their grilled chicken, the healthier stuff, is good. Review Tech PSA. Rich says cucumber. Say happy birthday to Marissa. Thank you for the great streams. You're welcome. Happy birthday, Marissa. How are you? So, YouTube, all kidding aside, let me answer these and then I'll get back to it. Rich, let's get some coffee and play some Proteus on our... Oh, God, Proteus. I was actually playing Proteus on the Ioneo. It works pretty good. can't wait for the Steam Deck, man, because if that system works good, the Steam Deck has way more power under the hood. It's going to be able to handle stuff nicely. What did YouTube do this time? They said I rated a video inaccurately, demonetized it, which it isn't even about the money, man. Look, that's the nice thing with these streams is that I'm not... I mean, all of my videos now pretty much stay monetized, but I'm not as concerned about that. Because the videos, honestly, I look at, especially now when I'm having two separate channels, they kind of just bring people to the streams, which kind of is turning into the more important thing. But I also don't want my channel... You know, I've worked very hard to get that channel where it is. I take pride in that channel, and I follow the rules. But what also bothers me, too, is they're taking the U out of YouTube. YouTube, you are taking the... It ain't a 6 a.m. booty call, I wish. You are taking the motherfucking U out of YouTube big time, man. Who's talking to me here?
You blew it.
Rich, vaccines are useless. You're a blind sheep. Thank you, Iceman. I'm not even going to... I've went over that all. I think she wants something else than... No, she does not want something else than... I guarantee you that she does not want something else. I am not a naive dude, but she doesn't. Did you see Miss Click's powerful speech on this? No. What happened? Where is it? I got drunk and ended up ordering... Why did you order both? The Aya Neo would have been more than enough. And even then I would have been like, dude, why don't you just wait for the Steam Deck, man? It's a better deal. What's cracking, Rich? Not too much, man. Where is it in there? I'll watch it with you guys if you tell me where it is, and I'll talk about it. Michael Does Life. It is over. Like, no, man. I work late. No way. Yeah, Michael Does Life is here, man. He's a handsome man. He has an excellent voice, too. I like his voice. So in the end, it ended up having a happy ending, but the problem is still as serious as ever. You know what I mean? That's really what the key is here, is that the problem is still a major issue. And this is why... What? Yeah, no. You see, and I'll have to defend the quartering here. A lot of people get mad at him because he's like, subscribe here, support me here, go here, buy this. You know, he has to. He doesn't live stream like this, at least that I know. And I know a lot of the shit he covers. I had a feeling, Iceman, especially that your picture is a guy who is one of the most brutal assassins that work for the mafia, I think, ever. I know a lot of his shit has to get demonetized. There's no way. If he's rating his videos accurately, which if he didn't, YouTube would take away his partnership. He has to have yellow dollar signs against a lot of them. That's probably also why he uploads as much as he does. Yes, I'm actually defending the quartering right now. The sky is not falling. But that's why he does, because he has to make the revenue from other places. I mean, I know he has some sponsors too, but there's no way he could talk about what the fuck he talks about on a daily basis. All right, we'll look at it right now. I was joking about the vaccine comment. Like I said, I had a feeling. By the way, wondering what's your favorite games from the N64 PS1 era. That's simple. Super Mario 64 and Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Easily. Those are my two favorite games from that era. I'm sure there's others, too, that I enjoy. But like as soon as and obviously, forgot 007. As much as... I'm not saying that believe me, me and the quartering aren't going to kiss and make up anytime soon. But I also don't, I could put my personal feelings aside and be like, yo, the reason why someone's doing something is, you know what I mean? This is exactly what I'm saying about Mr. Not That Famous. Got to be fair, you're keeping it real as much of a bitch the quartering acts like. You're saying that, not me, but I'm not saying I disagree with you, but the facts are still facts. Yeah, the reason why he does what he does, I have to defend him. Putting personal issues aside, I understand why he's like, hey, subscribe here, go here, support here, because especially because people come to him for 99.9% of those, as he calls them, spicy takes. He has to rate those accurately. And if he's rating those accurately, those videos are getting limited ads. And if he doesn't rate them accurately, he wouldn't have a YouTube partnership anymore. So that's why, you know, so I got to defend him for doing that, because he has to get the revenue from somewhere, you know. Were you talking about Sam? No, who's Sam? Who the fuck is Sammy the Bull? I've heard that name before. So anyway, so let's so the spawn. I'll look it up, and obviously I'll show it on screen. I don't even ask permission anyway, but I'm 210% positive that John won't mind me showing the spawn cast. Hold on. Yeah, I work late. I'm not waking up. And I have to. I was going to do it today, but I got to run those benchmarks on the games. There may not be a video tomorrow because I'm going to be running benchmarks. Mob hitman that killed 18 people still alive. No, he died. Oh, Sammy the Bull is alive. I still think that the Iceman, Richard Kuklinski, I think he still has a higher body count. I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. But I don't think I am.
So we've been talking about Joy-Con.
Yes, John, we've been talking about Joy-Cons. My body is ready. Where is... There it is. So 135, you said? We'll go to like 133 and see what's going on. All right. No, I'm talking about Richard Kuklinski. So we'll close the chat down for now. And here we go. Let's see what these hairy individuals are talking about. We still got to have player essence on my... all of them. I want to have all of them on my stream. No, 115 about? Okay. We'll figure it out.
Shit. They put it out publicly. Oh, look what we're going to do.
Games anyway.
But the internal affairs never changed. It didn't evolve. So even if Activision came out and said, we're implementing these plans, it doesn't matter if that high-end VP... That phrase comes out. If the high-end VP is still smacking the woman's ass, grabbing her
just
tits, saying "suck my dick," and now she doesn't come out publicly and say it. It's great that the public perception is they're such a great company to work for. But if this is still going on behind the scenes, nothing's changed.
I mean, we saw what Blizzard was doing. Meanwhile, they have that statue out front that's covered in all like the "be globally minded" and all that.
Well, of course, man, because they're gonna have. Companies love to portray something they really aren't, like Amazon. Like, if you watch the commercials on Amazon, you would think working there was like a utopia. And it's fucking not. Of course. The hypocrisy at its finest. From Software needs to make a Castlevania. Dude, I've been saying that for fucking years. I agree. If Bloober Team can get Silent Hill, then From Software deserves Castlevania. Absolutely, and they would fucking kill it.
Well, they're coming for Nate again.
It looks like she was already crying.
Is Activision coming for you?
I don't know. They're like...
Bobby got Bobby Kotick out there with his personal army, dude.
Damn, man.
You guys sure about this timing?
It's out here.
They're
like
in your house right now.
It's Compton over here. It reminds me of back in the day, man, when I was growing up.
I think they stopped.
Let's go.
That was a warning shot right there.
Trying to see.
I was like, oh, wow.
And that's what...
In games. They don't want to engage in games. They don't want to compete in tourneys.
We're just going to move you to another division so you don't interact with the person who filed the complaint.
Did Click, did you want to comment at all on the Activision stuff before we move on?
Yeah, it's obviously a little bit different for me because, like, ever since I was a kid, I've been a girl in a quote-unquote guy's realm. Video games they are for everyone. And obviously now more so than ever, you see a more resurgence of females in gaming more than ever, which is awesome. I think the fact that
Total side note before she really gets into it, she's improved the audio quality of her SM7B. Good job, Miss Click. I hear the good quality compression. Your voice sounds clean. I like it. Hey, Rich, spent a lot editing. Can I get a cheek?
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
that the majority of females don't even want to speak in voice chats in games. Oh, it's just a competitive game. Oh, it's just the internet. That has had its time and place. I think nowadays it shouldn't be a term that is so tolerated nowadays. And I think we've become so accustomed to just letting people berate, belittle, become hateful, just really be sad individuals towards others to where they don't even want to speak in games. They don't want to engage in games. They don't want to compete in tourneys in person at LANs. They don't want to be hosts or personalities. They don't want to continue making content online because they receive harassment because they are a female. It's a reality that I know you guys can sympathize.
Yeah, I gotta keep it like, even when I always talk about when I have like Sweet Anita and Alana Kersner, Liana Kersner, excuse me, on my streams, or any female, it goes to the shitter. You can't tell me it doesn't happen. You can't tell me. I used to kind of say, oh, it's just the internet too, but I've seen shit firsthand, and it's no. Women get treated, people turn into fucking weirdos when there is a female gaming or a female on a stream. Like, again, I see it with my own eyes. You can't tell me, oh, it doesn't happen, Rich. You're just being like, shut the fuck up. It does happen. All the time.
With you guys have helped me through a lot of issues that I've been going with in my personal journey through creation.
I mean, I read articles about Sweet Anita. Had to think for a second. There's literally a Reddit where guys are sitting there like jerking off on her picture and showing the cum that they shoot on the pictures. What the fuck is wrong with you? Do you think anyone has that of me? Raise your hands if they do. Spoiler alert, they don't. Yes, women are treated differently on the fucking internet, and women are treated differently with gaming. If you don't think so, you are in denial or you're an idiot.
And I want to say to everybody watching, to everybody listening, like, if you are someone who stands up and says things like against horrible acts or horrible things that are said towards women or any other person for however they identify, like, thank you. You are a leader, and you might not feel you made a difference in that point, but if there are other people as courageous as you to stand up and to make a change, just because a company might not have the change happen from within, or we see, you can still do things in your daily life. So to the people who have inspired me, I was just hanging out with a group of my patrons earlier, and I was telling them how much I respect them because they are good men, good women. They stand up and they say things that make a difference.
Yeah, and people need to shut the fuck up at that, oh, you're simping or cucking or whatever. Like, no, that's just you standing up for bullshit. Now, am I saying there isn't, like, those guys we find out that are weirdos that think, oh, if I'm an ultra feminist that it might get me laid? Yes, there's always those extremes. I've seen them before. But I stand up for people like Miss Click and Alana Pierce and Sweet Anita. Am I a cuck? Fuck no. You know I'm not. I mean, I'm sure some people here think that because they're idiots, but the 99% of you don't think that. No, when you see shit, you got to say something. I've worked at jobs where I saw shit. I talked about this in the other stream, and you're just young and stupid and don't think about it. I should have said stuff. I saw stuff all the time. It's not even just in the gaming community, man. It's in other businesses too, where like women are treated differently in a bad way. And again, my own eyes. It's not that I'm like reading a article from CNN or something like that. So you got to, because then it just gets accepted. It becomes the norm, and then people are afraid to speak up because they feel like they're going to be ostracized, and fuck that.
This is something that is not going to feel like you're making a change. Someone might call you simp. Someone might call you a white knight. If it,
I'm a fucking psychic. What did I just say? Yeah, that's what they will. They'll say that. If you think I am that, go fuck yourself.
Standing up for someone to just be a decent human being, let them call you that. What's the worst that's going to happen? They're going to realize there's a lot more simps or white knights out there than they are. And honestly, it will make a change. But the thing is, I'm really tired of people being like, oh, it's just the internet.
Imagine being called a simp because you're telling someone not to act like a fucking horny animal. No, I'm not a simp because I'm saying that. I'm doing that because you're acting like a fucking ape with an erection. That has nothing to do with simping, you fucking fools. And I'm not saying that to anyone here, but I'm just saying, like, you know, people think that.
And I get over it. Because I've had people threaten me in my life multiple times, multiple threats. It really angers me because, like, you guys won't know the reach that it's had, and I'm glad. I don't want to get worked up, but I'm really tired of seeing people.
Admittedly, I have had threats like that to me too, but I know women deal with it more. I'm just, again, I'm objective. You guys know I try to be as unbiased as possible. And Miss Click, you know I love you and I follow you and I've supported you, but I have had that, and it's garbage. It's garbage. But I know women deal with it more. I know they do. I see it.
So indifferent about it. And to the victims of all of this, I was at Blizzard HQ, like, shit, like 2 days before the Blizzchung stuff.
What's my bias, Scott River? I don't know if you're trolling. If you're trolling, fine. But what's my bias? Where am I? I just defended the fucking quartering, and I think he has a dartboard with my face on it. Please tell me my bias. I am all fucking ears if you are not trolling.
And I was on like cloud 9. I love Blizzard, and getting to shake so many people's hands that I looked up to. They were like my role models, my heroes. I had to think back after all of this, how many of those people were hurting my sisters? How many of those people were committing acts that if I worked there, I would have been a victim? And that's horrible to think about. And I would like to think that everybody that I met is a good person, but you just never know. And it sucks that there are people who go there to work, who go there to do something because it's their passion and they want to make a living doing what they love, and they're treated differently because of it. It's really disheartening. And I hope that everybody, you know, I'm not painting anybody with a broad stroke here, but you can make a change. And saying that it's always going to be this way is horrible. And it comes from a place of you genuinely not having to experience it almost every day. I have a young niece who's 7 months old, and I've had people send me rape threats about her.
Oh, Jesus
That's not
Christ.
okay. And I'm not asking for a sympathy vote. I know most of you guys, a lot of people here don't like me. They think I talk too much or I talk too little. And the reality of the situation is sometimes I'm scared to talk. And the guys here, all the Spawncasts, they are great dudes. When you guys talk shit about them, it pisses me off because they are good guys. And I don't want to keep talking and be a freaking emotional mess, but it's something that whether you choose to boycott or not, that's your personal decision. I'm not going to judge you or...
I'm mixed on the boycott because then you hurt good people. And I'm sure there's a lot of good people that work there. We'll talk about that more in a minute.
Call you names. It would mean a lot if you stood next to your brothers and sisters in times of need. But that's going to come down to your personal choice. I hope that these companies come forward, they take the actions and the justice that is needed for these situations. I would like to restore my faith. I am not going to be buying Overwatch 2, one of my most anticipated games. I'm not going to be buying it, and that makes me sad. But ultimately, unless something drastically different has changed, it doesn't inspire me to. And I have a lot of friends that work with the Overwatch team, so it hurts because I love them. So getting off my soapbox, but please, you know,
people that are future sociopaths, Crystal Roses, the same kind of people that said that they wished Alana Pierce would get raped live on stream, so not only would she have been raped, she would get fired from her job for getting raped live on stream from Santa Monica Studios. Those are the quality. This is the garbage that, because of the internet, as much as I love the internet and it has made me a living and it allows me to do something I love for a living, but it allows people that would never have a chance to be the garbage that they are, allows them to be these pieces of shit on the internet. That's who it is. I don't care if they're 14. Oh, they don't understand yet. And no, they understand. I would have known exactly what the fuck that meant at 14 years old if I sent that to Alana Pierce. They don't care. They're going to grow up and be very troubled people. Okay? It's like the same people that are going after Camelot right now. Women do absolutely get it more. I see it with my own eyes. Come watch a live stream if I have like Liana Kersner on and tell me that women don't get it more. They do. Watch what the chat says. But those are the kind of people that say things like that. They're sick. They're not well. And I don't feel bad for them. Like I don't know what needs to happen with international law, but it sucks right now, and it needs to be updated because of the internet. But I'm afraid at the same time and torn for it to be updated, because if it falls into the hands of corrupt governments, then we're in another world of trouble where censorship will take over. Look at what happens in China. YouTube is outlawed in China. I know you could get to it with VPNs, but we got to figure it out, though. I don't know what the answer is, but we got to figure it out.
just know that you personally, if anything, don't look at the company and be like, oh, the company didn't change, so this can't change. You can start making a change today. And honestly, like, I see it happen every day. So to those of you who make it apparent, like, thank you. All the support online, thank you. In person, thank you. It really means a lot.
I know I heard about Ubisoft.
For real, it's just...
Who's messaging me on Facebook?
I don't know. Humanity sucks a lot of times, but we just have to band together, and we have to be better for it in the long run.
Oh, my editor.
Yeah, I mean, I think that was very well said, Click. And I mean, I don't even know.
All right, let me read these super chats real quick. Well, dude, you got to realize, so let's start with Denzel with getting stoned. As a person who's maybe gotten stoned 3 times in the past 2 weeks at most, you got to start slow, and the first few times may suck, and then it depends on everybody. It gets awesome. But some people I know have tried it multiple times and they can't stand it. It just makes them more paranoid. Everyone reacts differently. So there's that. That's an interesting take, Jeffrey. Buy the game used. If you don't want to give Activision money directly, buy the game used secondhand from a store, because then it was already bought and you're not directly supporting them. There you go. Mari, I agree with Miss Click. It shouldn't be this way, but that's why it deters me to game or Twitch on YouTube. I will one day, but not now. Yeah, it's awful, man. And again, I see it firsthand. So anyone saying, oh, it doesn't happen to women, shut the fuck up. I've seen it. So stop. Cole Childress, thank you very much. What is a cuck? Cuck is basically, what is the term? Like, say you have a woman who's a significant other, your watcher getting screwed by another guy, I think it means, or you're just like subservient to a woman. It's used in a broad stroke sense with a lot of stuff that, like, oh, you're defending a woman, how dare you, you cuck, shut the fuck up. Spread your cheeks, I already did that one. How many LGBT characters are Activision Blizzard going to announce to deflect? Yeah, that's so true. There's trying to be so politically correct in their games, and then this is going on behind the scenes. Can you say hypocrite much? Portraying one thing, and then behind the scenes, the exact opposite is happening. But here is the thing, though. Just like Alana Pierce said, and I thought this before she even said it, is anyone really shocked? Not just in the gaming. Did you work in any corporate world? I have. This shit goes on all the time. Behind the scenes, it's a fucking disaster. But then, you know, oh, we're a one big happy family. You're not. You're not a big happy family. The heinously anus shit has been going on in the industry. It just gets exposed now. Fuck Blizzard and fuck Activision. And it's gonna, let me tell you something, it's gonna go beyond the gaming industry because, like I said, this happens everywhere. Like I said, I had a friend, she's like my sister. I'm actually hanging out with her in the next like week. I met her through a job I worked at ages ago. I was just talking to her, I think, yesterday. I remember she walked into my job to drop something off to me. And the managers wanted to hire her just because she's hot. You could be Brad Pitt as a guy. Do you think that you're going to walk into any job and they're just going to hire you because you're hot? No, man. People, there is this like instinctual sexism that goes on. Don't tell me it's not there when I've seen it with my own fucking eyes, and I will repeat that 1,000 times because I know people like, oh, you're full of shit. Fuck off, I'm full of shit. You're either haven't lived the world enough yet to know what the fuck you're talking about, or you're just naive, or you're just in denial about it. So don't forget what Ubisoft did. I agree. Been wanting to play World of War Classic, but never mind about that. Yeah. Stuff will come out from other companies. Yeah, dude, like I was saying, it's going to go beyond the game because I've seen it beyond the gaming industry, especially like in the restaurant industry. Yo, man. And then you got people hanging out and drinking after work. That's why I'm telling you, if I ever open up a restaurant in the future, like I'm debating doing, I'm not saying I'm going to, so no one hold me to that. I'm not going to allow fraternizing. Like, not like, oh, look, I know people are going to hang out and be friends, but if like any kind of romantic shit, you better not let me know about it. Fine. You want to go sneak off and date someone that's working at my restaurant and you both work there? Don't let me know about it. Some people are saying that's not legal, but I've seen the train wrecks that happen with that, and I will do my damnedest to mitigate it. Isn't this the same Blizzard that suppressed Hong Kong? Yeah, dude, all companies are hypocritical, and they try to portray, oh, we're so diverse and all this. And by the way, there's women getting groped as they're trying to work here. But don't mind that. We have a statue in front that says we do the exact opposite.
I had to respond, but I was going to say, you know, as far as boycotting, like, I'm not really seeing it. This is boycott for me. It's like, I just don't want to play their games anymore. Like, the thought of me playing an Activision game right now just makes me sick thinking about it. And at the end of the day, I'm going to pull the plug on anything they're bringing out going forward.
But I'm so mixed on that, though. All right, we don't need to listen to the rest of this because we got the gist. I have nothing against MVG. I'm just saying, like, we got the gist of it. I'll turn the chat back on and we'll discuss stuff. I don't know about that, man, because then you hurt people that work there that are good people, and I'm sure there's a shit ton of good fucking people that work there. So I don't know. But then you could do something like Jeffrey Tucker said, and then you could get the game used, so you're not directly supporting the company, because 98% of Saggy Melons, I know you were working. How are you? I don't know. I have to think about my take before I give an educated take on that. I don't want to just do a knee-jerk reaction. Because that's a tough one, because it's not just a black, because then if you boycott a game and then that means there's layoffs because the game doesn't sell well, which Activision lays people off even when the company is very profitable, which fucking amazes me, then that means that good people won't be able to feed their families. But I understand on the flip side why you'd want to boycott them, because that means that horrible pieces of shit that were like drinking on the job and grabbing women's tits and literally assaulting them are in a way getting awarded for their actions. So I don't know. I don't know what the right answer is on that. I have no idea. It's the classic Death Star argument. They blew it up and how many people are on there just trying to make some money and live. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So now, because of the bad actions of people, everyone's going to suffer. And I don't know if that's the right take. I don't know if it's the wrong take either, though, as I say that. I don't know. That's a really complicated, multi-dimensional answer. And I would be like, yeah, I get why you don't want to, and I hear you, man, and I kind of agree with it. But if someone goes, you know what, Rich, on the flip side, I want to support the good people that are there and keep them employed, I get that too. So I don't know. I'm torn. I don't know. I'm absolutely torn on what is the right take. And dude, I've worked at companies, man. I've worked at furniture stores. I've worked at restaurants. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. And it's a problem. It's a problem. You know, and I know I've heard that people are saying, oh, Rich, it would be illegal for you to saying that people couldn't like date that work on. I would try to find a legal way to de-incentivize it as much as possible if in the future I do open up a restaurant, because I have seen what happens, and it is always ends disastrously. And then you have, even if it's not even someone who's like a subordinate and someone who's a superior, like a manager and a worker, like, the rules get bent because it's like, oh, you screwed up on that, I'll fix it for you, and then it just, I've known people that were superiors and subordinates, like, oh, the manager's hooking up with a bartender, and don't you think she was a great person, and I actually like the manager sadly passed away, and I love both people, but of course, you know, there's going to be favoritism. It's human nature. It's human nature. There's nothing you could do. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how it is. So that's why I know people get very angry at that take. But anyway. What the lawsuit, like the actual paperwork? Not during this stream. I've had a couple drinks tonight, and I won't be able to concentrate on something like that. But yes, that'd actually be a good idea for this week, man. What did YouTube do now? Flukas, I'll explain to you the Clip Notes version. Let me just answer. You need to bring on Tipster someday to talk to him, and he helps people being bullied to other stuff. You can learn a lot from him. I've talked to Tipster quite a bit. He's a very good dude. Y'all have him on the stream. And yeah, Jeffrey, not tonight, but I will talk about it. So YouTube... How could I explain this in like 5 sentences? They let you rate your own videos for monetization. They said that there was like 1 or 2 videos in the past I didn't rate accurately, even though in my opinion I did, but they were about EDP 445, so I let it go. They finally said, hey, you've been rating your videos accurately, so you're fine again. Yay! Another side note, if they say you're not rating your videos accurately, it takes much longer for your videos to get monetized because they have to put it through extra systems because they can't trust you, quote unquote. So it was a good thing. Saved my editor a bunch of time because he would have to sit around sometimes waiting for hours just to get the videos monetized. So it was kind of a big deal that they finally put us out of the red and back into the green, saying we trust you again. The video I had on Activision Blizzard, I think, like I said to you, it's so G-rated, and I watched it again to make sure that I could comfortably sit my son, I think I say sexism in it, but I could still comfortably sit my 4-year-old son in front of it and be like, yeah, I have nothing to worry about with this video. They said that they demonetized the video, probably because either their auto caption system, which is inaccurate at best, thought I said something I didn't, or simply because it had Activision Blizzard and they know that's a really controversial topic right now and people are probably saying whatever the fuck they want to, and they're like, oh, he must have said something about a cock, so we're going to demonetize the video. Needless to say, I was not happy. I was annoyed, to put it lightly, and I tweeted at Team YouTube. And I noticed if you put a period first to make it a public tweet, because if you don't put the period, it just basically is like a DM to them. They respond quicker. Not only did they respond to it, less than an hour later, the video was fully remonetized, and they said that my ratings were accurate. YouTube's system is broken, and it needs to be fixed badly. Let Activision Blizz burn. If they cared, they would have made examples of these people causing the... Yeah. And dude, it's a problem that goes beyond they're in corporate America in general. You don't think this shit goes on all the time? You don't think that women are treated like this? I've seen it again. I've seen it. Like, first with my own eyes, I've seen it. Where sexual harassment, favoritism, nasty comments, like that frat house. I've been at jobs that were like that, man. It was like you were in a frat. There is a major problem that needs to be addressed. So, yeah. Misclick is not clutching pearls here. It's real. It happens. Go to a female stream and watch all the shit that's said. Go to one and come back. If you come back, I've watched the streams myself. Go there and you go watch. I'll have Liana Kirshner. As a matter of fact, I'll message her. Not because I just want to use her as like a guinea pig, but I'll message her because we have good chats. It'd be awesome to have her on this channel. I have another guest coming on, that gamer from Mars is hooked. I'm gonna have him on again too. But I'm gonna have her on. Watch the chat. Not saying you guys here right now. I'm sure some of you will do it, but it'll bring in an audio. Oh wow, and it's just like, is Rich hooking up with her? No, she's happily married and in another fucking, like, we're just talking about games. Why is that even a thing? If I had Gamer from Mars on, which I've had on, are you going to say, is Rich hooking up with him? It's just, it always goes to this weird place with women. And don't tell me it doesn't happen, because I see it. It's not that I'm just reading articles and saying, oh my God, that's what's happening. I see it. I've worked with it. I experience it and have experienced it. Activision fired over 800 people in 2019 after having their most profitable year. Yeah, that's what I was just talking about. The money they get doesn't support their employees anyway. But that's what I'm saying. You don't think if they start losing profit or their profits go down, they'll fire even more people. But again, I don't know what my stance is on supporting or not supporting games. If you say you don't want to support their games, I'm 110% with you. But if you say, Rich, we should because it would hurt good people, I could understand that too, is all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Wait, so what happened? What's going on? It's a dude. If you want to watch earlier in the stream, I explained it like a few times. I'm sure people, oh my God, I knew it was Rich hooking up with Gamer from. Yes, there you go. I am hooking up with Gamer from Mars. Facts. What's holy shit? Holy tweets. Tweet. I guess I thought that woman was joking. She was serious. She wants me to go hiking at 6 in the morning. Can we get a resounding no? Now, if you want to go, look, I'll go hiking. I'm okay with it. If you want to go at 1 in the afternoon, let's go. But I ain't going at 6 in the fucking morning. I don't care if Gal Gadot wanted to go at 6 in the morning. I wouldn't go. I don't even know what MG Toe is. I don't even know what the fuck that is, dude. Thank you for saying my beard looks good. I'm a good-looking man. Well, good. If she's interested, I'll take her out to or I'll go hiking with her on a day that she could go at 2 p.m. I am not waking up at 6 in the morning. And plus, I got shit I got to do here, too. Like I said, I got to do those benchmarks. I was supposed to do them today. Oh, fuck. Dude, yes, I need the sleep. Abso-fucking-lutely. You know, like, I mean, trust me, I've woken up early. Don't get me wrong. I would say average between 9 and 10 I wake up. We start working around like noon, 12:30, mostly because it takes a while to find stories or if I'm doing something else. No offense, can you ever wear a new shirt? No, I'm going to wear this shirt forever. I'm going to wear this shirt forever. I'm just going to start streaming shirtless. How about that? Is that okay? But anyway, yeah. I'm just going to stream shirtless for the every stream. I'm kidding. Men going their own way. They were told no once. Now talk about swearing off being in relationships. Oh. Really? Like, who hasn't? I don't care how good looking you are. You're going to get denied. Really? There are people that are like that? Yeah, you know what, though? Incels are pretty creepy people. You ever met some not people who want to be, look, if you want to be celibate, that's fine, but involuntary celibate, you could kind of like notice it from a mile away. Let me see. What is Bitcoin at right now? You got me. Not that I'm not invested in Bitcoin. I'm not invested in Bitcoin. But let me see. I could find out right now. Let's see. Oh, it's at 38. Oh, wow. ADA jumped a little bit, too. Whoopee. Anyway. Glad women and men spoke up against Activision. Now people should go after... Dude, someone literally committed suicide because her nudes are being passed around. Now, I have to say, I watched the Quarterings video, speaking of being objective and putting personal feelings aside, and generally, I think he was on point. The only thing I'll say, he did kind of... it seemed like, and I could be wrong, but the way I watched and interpreted it is he was like when he said the thing about the woman committing suicide and her nudes being passed around, he's like, I wonder how those got passed around. Doesn't matter how they got passed around. You don't take it upon yourself to put someone's nudes out there unless they like give you permission. Maybe that's like their thing, but if they don't give you permission, doesn't matter who had them, doesn't matter if she sent them to 2 guys that she worked with. It's not their place to put out those nudes. So it's not acceptable, full stop, no matter how they were spread around. She could have sent them to 3 people. She may have sent them to 3 people in confidence. I'm not saying that she did that, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter. It's still absolutely unacceptable, no ifs, ands, or buts, that they were spread around. And the people that did that should be ashamed of themselves and should be held responsible. You don't do it, period. I don't care. Like, that's the only thing I'm like, dude, what are you trying to say? Like, because she may have sent them to a person, or even if it was more than one person, that they have the right to send them to everybody? No, absolutely not. You can't even insinuate that, bro. No way. And revenge porn is illegal. Well, so there you go. And if and they're in California too, and that wouldn't that be considered revenge porn? You don't do that. There's nothing there's nothing that makes that acceptable. Even trying to hint that because maybe she sent it to a person, or no, she sent it to those people, and you know what I mean. Like, that's not for them to spread around. Well, she sent it to me, so I'm going to send it to the whole office. No. Nothing. It's not acceptable. There's no excuse that makes that excusable, period. But besides for that, the rest of his videos, like, he ripped into him and pretty much had the same take I had. Minus that one part kind of made me scratch my head. I have to be at my job at 4 a.m. I'm in the process of changing jobs because I can't handle waking up so early. I'm constantly miserable. I could tolerate waking up early, Iceman. I can't tolerate third shift. Who is messaging me? I hear it. I hear the fucking messages. Oh. I know who it is. So MJ equals incel in denial with a twisted superiority comp. Like Elliot Rodger. He thought it was that's literally what it is. He thought it was the rest of the world. He thought it was the rest of the world is like their fault because I can't get laid. No, that's not how it works, Chief. There are billions, literally billions of women on the planet. If you can't find one that wants to have intercourse with you, you are the problem. Again, full stop. There's a lot. That's the one thing I see with Jordan. Not saying that I don't know that much about Jordan Peterson, but I've seen kind of some of his where he kind of I've seen some of his speeches where he's almost pieces of them where he seems like he's sympathizing. It's not your fault you can't stick your penis in a vagina. It's just how the evolution is. So you can be mad, and it's not your fault you can't have sex. Kermit the Frog here. Me and my daughter eat nothing but meat.
Fuck you! Give me my chicken!
Yeah, that works too. What's up, Rich? Just dropped in. MG Tower the same as Incels. What's your thoughts on YouTube as a user being unable to block out spammers or to block out users in the comments section? I just don't even give a shit. I have a list my network gave me, so really vile words aren't in the comment section, and that's it. I don't babysit my comments. I know, doesn't Twitch want you to get the fuck out of here, dude? With how even my channel, it's not like I get insane viewership, but I get enough that I'm not going to sit there. Oh my God, this person said I have a small dick. Emergency. This person said this. Emergency. This person said, no, get out of here, man. That would be insane. So I have the filter. If someone says Rich tomorrow, he's a fat piece of shit, here's how much sleep I'll lose because of that. 0. Yeah, there's a whole... I've met incels in denial. That literally was what Elliot Rodger was. He was the epitome of an incel in denial. I have nice clothes. I have a nice car. But you're fucking weird. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter your dad's a executive producer on movies. It doesn't matter you have a BMW. You're a fucking creepy dork. You know what I'm saying? The guy who's working at Walmart, if he's a cool dude, he's going to get laid more than you, Elliot. You're dead now, and you're a horrible person. But yeah, because... okay, money and shit will help a little bit, but unless it's a true gold digger woman, 99.9% of people don't care about that. They care about obviously being attracted to you, and they care about your personality. And you sure as fuck were lacking in the personality department there, Elliot. That was the problem. Rich, you missed my second half of the super chat for fart. Oh, I'm sorry. Here. By the way, I'm going to wear this shirt again tomorrow. Just to piss people off. No, I'm not. Actually ran. What did I do? 11,000 steps today? So I was like, yeah, I'll, and then I got caught up doing a bunch of other shit. So I'm a smelly piece of shit right now. Ladies. No. Creepy. There are Elliot Rodger didn't seem like that bad looking of a dude. I've seen much worse looking dudes having great looking women because they have the personality. Elliot Rodger here. I felt like I had to shower myself with bleach even watching his fucking vlogs. He was weird. He was fucking weird. I love you, Rich, but you will never be the man Jordan Peterson is. Well, damn it. Now I'm going to lose sleep over that. I'm very concerned that I will not be the man that Jordan Peterson is. Yes, I have seen them many times, Blender Noob. Did I give you 4 farts? Yes, I did give you 4 farts. No, I did not have any marijuana today, by the way. Like, yeah, when let me tell you something. Virtually all women, except like I said, the very, very small percentage that truly are gold diggers. Okay. You flexing your money. I've seen, like, dude, you're such corn. I always remember he was a fucking weirdo. I've talked about him before. We'll bring it all up again because it's just so fun. This guy I used to work with at Radio Shack. I didn't read your super chat about EA. Did I not? Glad women immense, but now people should go after developers, especially who are using monetization strategies in games trying to steal dollars. Well, they've been doing that for years, dude. It's just, you know, it takes a while for new legislation to kick in. But anyway, this guy I used to work with, he was a really thirsty guy. Like, I always remember there was this one time. I'll get to that in a second, Iceman. I remember there was this one time. Is it weird that I sort of feel bad for people like Elliot Rodger? I'm not excusing his terrible behavior. I know what you're saying. I'm just sad that he couldn't be a mentally healthy human being. I think if a crazy person had the choice to be normal, they would choose it. Of course they would. It's weird, too, because I wonder if he realized if he was fucking insane. Like, someone around him had to see some red flags. Like, he just didn't seem like a normal guy. He didn't seem like a normal dude. You can't tell me his parents didn't notice that. No, Saggy Melons, you know the deal. People just do donate 50s, and he didn't ask her the shirt off. That's been a thing since way back on my previous channel. You just want the shirt off because you're bored at work. You know? And that's where it's like, yeah, someone should have, if he didn't see it himself, someone should have stepped in. I feel bad in a way, too, because I bet you his lifestyle was like his parent. It almost seemed, and this is just speculation, I don't know the kid's personal life. I just know he was a monster and ended people's lives, and because he was angry because he couldn't get laid, which is selfish and pathetic. But it almost seems like his parents were like, yeah, here's money, go away. You know, and because they were so out of touch with him, it was just a recipe for disaster. And here we are. And that, look at what happened, the byproduct of what happened. People lost their lives. Because a lot of times I've noticed, too, even with trolls, like the dedicated psychos, when I used to interact with them stupidly, they don't think they're insane. They think that it's normal what they're doing. And a lot of times people who are that mentally ill don't realize that they're mentally ill. They think, because the world is filtered through their brain, they think that the reality that they perceive is the way the world works. You're wrong. And that's a scary thing, because those people will never help themselves, and Lord knows the path that they will go down. You know what I mean? Hey, yo, with popping my people with sexy Coco. Well, what do you call the PS5 quintupleization, man? You know what I'm saying? Ray trace my ass, motherfucker. You know? Yeah, and like, when I remember that short stint where I worked at that psychiatrist's office, I've talked about that in the Ralph. Speaking of people who didn't get it, Ralph didn't. In his eyes, what he was, that fucking psycho was normal. He was like, oh, I want to pick up Rich, and even though he's not attracted to men and doesn't even know what I look like, even if he was, like, I'm just going to keep calling him for coffee because that's totally normal, and he'll eventually change his mind, right? Yeah, sometimes people, when they are mentally unstable, you would see it, and even beyond him, you would see it there quite a bit. That at the they thought that they you know, they would have to have someone else step in because they thought they were the sane ones, and they thought everyone else around them is insane. Just like I saw with some of I wouldn't even call them trolls. They were stalkers. They thought that they knew something about the world that other people didn't when they're just batshit crazy. And that's, if you look at the vlogs from Elliot Rodger, he thought, yeah, the world's just against me. That's why I can't get women. It's not my fault. I have a perfect car. I wear very expensive clothes. Not realizing that he's a complete fucking freak, and people send you could, dude, you watch his, like, he was like even awkward talking to a camera. It's just a camera, like in his car, and he's vlogging, and he's like afraid to look at it. You ever notice that? Like that always, like, man, this guy is really, he got some demons, man. He got some demons. Hi, Elliot Rodger here. I'm like, the camera's here. What are you doing? You know? Hey, Rich, I'm sad and appalled that I violated harassment policy. I learned from my mistakes and I've admitted it, but I feel gross after Activision. Dude, you've learned. And always keep those lessons that you've learned to not make the mistake again. You know? Why are we talking about how is that nonsense, man? What happened with Elliot Rodger was a tragedy. And it ties into all the other shit that we were talking about in a way. It just kind of led down that path. Because we were talking about incels, and we were talking about how sexual harassment happens at, I've seen it at basically every fucking job I've worked at. You know? So, but anyway, yeah, we can move on from Elliot Rodger. Just kind of, we kind of just went from talking about what happened at Activision, then it went to incels, then Elliot Rodger was an incel, and he was like an extreme incel. So, K Onda Rich, hope all is well. By the way, there is a YouTube channel. Speaking of which, man, I know you can't get a nip. That's not how it works, Seg. That would make me a stripper. I can't just whip out a nipple. I think that's against TOS, actually. But thank you. I appreciate it. I just ignore. I'm pretty sure that's the guy that's bothering. He's been around for a while. I just ignore. Because there's nothing else you could do. If I flail my arms and make a big fucking to-do about it, then that's feeding the troll. I've learned from the past before. Zane Brown, thank you very much. I know what Zane wants. Usually I don't just do it, but I know why that 50 was there. Oh, Zane. Fine, you win. Usually I wait for someone to say it, but I know why that's there. But there's nothing I could do. So like, I used to make videos on it. I used to make videos, like he would make a video about me and I would make a video responding. It was so awful. Like, it was the worst thing I could do. And, you know, anyone want to smell my shirt after all the sweat on it from doing 11,000 steps today? All it did was embolden people, you know? So let him make up rumors. Let him talk about me living in my parents' house, which is a 2-family house, which I'm buying, by the way. Let him talk about whatever he wants to talk about. Let him make up videos saying whatever he wants to say. You just have to ignore it. You know, and it's sad. I know he's going after other people. I know why he's going after, because I ignore him. It's a sickness. It's a sickness. I hate even talking about it right now because I don't like giving him any limelight, but it was brought up. It is. I mean, he's been doing this on and off for 6 years. To many people, not just me. What a sad existence that is. He's a sad, lonely, angry little man. Like, when do you get to the point, and I'm not just talking about him, I'm talking about anybody who's like him. Like, when do you get to the point where you just give up on life? And I understand it's a mental illness, and like I said, these people don't realize what they're doing is batshit insane a lot of times. I'm not justifying what they're doing. I think they're pieces of shit, you know. But there's plenty of people that I don't like on this platform or just in life. Do I try to destroy them? No. I'm not a fan of Pat the NES Punk, and he thinks I'm a piece of garbage. He doesn't bother me. He doesn't, like, try to defame me. He doesn't make multiple accounts. Like, we just don't really like each other. And we go on, and he goes in his direction. I go shirtless in my direction, and that's it. But they're off. They're insane. There's something like inpatient therapy. I don't even know what else to say. Like, they're really not well. And I know this person is that person that was just mentioned is bothering like Camelot. Yeah, he thinks I'm a snake too. You can think whatever I want. My point being, yeah, he literally hates me. I'm sure Ian, I think, has mutual feelings like that about me. But that's it. They just go on with it. They just go on. We go on with our day. I don't want to take Pat down at all. Let him do his thing. I wish him success. I don't care. Like, he doesn't affect my life. You know what I mean? And I don't affect his. But again, it's an impulse. It's a mental illness. I don't know if it's... I'm sure that people who do this would never... Maybe it's jealousy. Maybe they have some kind of... They should have some kind of clinically diagnosed mental issue that is not addressed. I know one of my trolls used to brag about the fact that they would never go to a primary care provider or a psychiatrist. And I'm like, you need to go to both? Like, immediately? But okay. Again, like I said with Elliot Roth, a lot of these people, like these people who may be like these trolls and stalkers, they may think that this is normal, that they think what they're doing is right, and they don't realize how insane they fucking are. So at the end of the day, let them make videos. I'm not going to sit there playing fucking whack-a-mole with 60 fucking accounts so they can make 60 more. I'm just going to do my thing and make your videos trying to defame me, because at this point, because I don't react to them especially anymore, 99% of people don't give a fuck at all. They don't care. I see them trying to spam the videos in my Twitter feed, and people are like, just shut the fuck up. No one gives a shit. I don't care. All right, so Rich did something 7 years ago. Whoop-de-fucking-do. You know? Do I hope that this said person eventually gets in trouble because I think they're genuinely an awful human being who is deranged? Yeah, but especially because of international law, what can I do? So Zane Brown, thank you very much. You got the shirt off. Technically, I didn't have to, but I'm like, you know what? He probably did it for that reason. And the fact that you didn't message me, and this probably means I'm right. Have fun closing up work, Saggy Melons. I want to start making game reviews, and I don't know how to approach capturing game footage. Would you capture footage during your playthrough, or do it after? No, you're right. Do it during your playthrough. Why would you give yourself double the work, bro? Now, as a person who's had more, you actually could see AVGN. What you should do, you capture it while you're playing. Obviously, that saves a lot of time. Going after and capturing would be insane. It would more than double your work, actually. As you're playing and capturing, take notes. Like, write down, okay, here I like this, and it's at this time stamp. Well, no, you kind of can't do that if you're doing it using like an Aver Live Mate. But whatever. Just capture as you're playing. Don't capture after. That's crazy. That's batshit crazy. It would waste you so much time. Google and Facebook need an actual customer service number with people actually monitoring the sites. Not that I'm defending them, and I do agree with you. Do you know how big that customer service center would have to be with how many people use their fucking platforms? You would need literally like an entire nation. You would need a fucking entire nation. To be like a call center for them. What are your thoughts on Kiwi Farms? I find them... I don't even really give a shit. I know they have articles on me. Like, dude, I know there's so much fake information out there. Like, I've seen a whole bunch. Oh, Rich lives with it. I'm like, yeah, I live in a 2-family house that I'm buying. Oh, no. And you know what? Let me tell you something. Because my family lives on the other side. When my kids visit, there would be, like, days or, like, their mom went to Aruba with her friend. There would have been, like, an entire week I couldn't have worked. So it works out very well. So if you really... Okay, I live with my parents. Cry me a fucking river. You know what I mean? Like, who gives a shit? And for the people that are saying that, I get laid more than you. Cry more. And I know that for a fact. You got me horny, Rich. Let's get into it. Skip it a bop, bop, bop. The cap almost fell on the floor. Just wanted to drop by a support. No shirt was required, LOL. And 2, I didn't get the COVID vaccine because I don't trust it being so new. Yeah, but dude, it's not new. The tech has been around for well over a decade, and they built kind of like a RDNA canvas. So if something like this, God forbid, happened, which it did, they could put together a vaccine. If you really read into it, the vaccine is not new. They've had this technology to implement it in case something like this happened for a very long time. Sorry to bring up the sex thing, but it's just true. Like, oh, I'm like, man, I guarantee you these guys probably have a tough time coercing a fleshlight to get with them. And like, you're going to sit here worrying about what I'm doing with my personal life? Get the fuck out of here, man. Fucking weirdos. It's been a very long time that they have been creating the technology in case something like this happened. It's not new. That whole thing about it being new, and also there's been other SARS viruses that there was a lot of compatibility, quote unquote. I'm not a doctor or an epidemiologist, so but there was SARS back in 2000. They used some of that tech from the earlier SARS, like Bush was still in office, that they were working on a vaccine, but they didn't finish it because there wasn't enough money. So that whole thing about it being new, look into what I'm saying if you think I'm full of shit. It's a pile of crap. It's not new. Yes, I got the vaccine. I got the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, yeah. I gave a recap. I'll give a very short recap again. YouTube has a system where you rate your own videos. If they deem that you don't rate your own videos accurately, even if it's like 2 out of hundreds, they'll kind of put you on a naughty list where it takes longer for your videos to get monetized. Meaning like an hour, like could take like an hour, hour and a half, as opposed to like instantly, which for my editor is a nightmare because he has to wait around waiting for the videos to get monetized. they initially put me on the naughty list because I had 2 videos monetized, which still kind of agree they should have been monetized because I talk about absolutely nothing in that video that any advertiser would find offensive. I didn't say anything sexual. Yeah, I talked about it, what like EDP went to go meet a 13-year-old, but I didn't say anything about sex. Didn't say anything about him showing his dick. Didn't say anything showing about his log of shit. Didn't say any of that. I just said he went to go try to meet a 13-year-old. He got in trouble. CBS News, I know what the argument is, and YouTube said it. Oh, those are pre-recorded or they're verified by advertisers for us. That's why it's okay. But I'm like, they literally talk about people getting raped and their bodies being dumped in dumpsters, and then I'm seeing a Coca-Cola ad right afterwards. Like, why is that okay? I'm a YouTuber who's been a partner for almost a decade now. No, I've been a partner for a fucking decade. 2011, I got partnered. I think you can trust me at this point that I'm going to follow the rules. If I don't, ban my ass. That's fine. I get it. But I think I know what I'm doing at this point as I spit all over my screen with my and I guess spit all over my smelly blue shirt. So there was that video I had on Blizzard Activision. I watched it again. Nothing in that video would even remotely closely deem it to having to have limited ads. So my editor rates the video accurately. He always does. I finally, well, first I forgot to say, they said, hey, you've been rating your videos accurate. Great. Congratulations. You're no longer on the naughty list. Cool. I'm paraphrasing what it says, but that's basically what it means. So we've been doing good. Videos now get instantly monetized. Don't have to wait around for a while. I put up the Activision Blizzard video. You could go watch it. The video was a dud. Now I know why it was a dud. But that doesn't matter. There's nothing. I could sit my 4-year-old son in front of a video and confidently say there's nothing in there that should even be remotely close to not advertiser friendly. I say sexism. Even that. I've said shit in fucking videos and they stay monetized. YouTube manually demonetizes the video. For what? Either it could be 2 things. Like, I was talking to my network. They said that sometimes they go by the auto captions, which is stupid because the auto captions are at best inaccurate. I would say there's always, like, you use auto captions on any video. You always see the stupid crap it comes up with. And it thought I said something that I didn't. Or they just saw that it was about Activision Blizzard and they just assumed someone manually, or the person who was manually reviewing it, I use air quotes as hard as possible because they didn't, if this is the case, probably just saw I talked about Activision and Blizzard and assumed that I talked about something and said something very not advertiser friendly, even though I didn't, and just went, yeah, he's talking about that. I'm going to say it should have limited ads. So again, it put me back on the naughty list. So I went on Twitter. I sent a tweet at Team YouTube. I made I've noticed if you make the tweets public and you put the period first, they respond quicker. They responded in less than an hour later. It was fully monetized again, and they said that I was rating my videos accurately in YouTube Studio. YouTube system is broken, and it needs to be fixed like yesterday. Activision is worse than EA. Well, right now, I would say I definitely agree with you. Rich, I am following up on my previous announcement, my wife's pregnancy. It's a boy. Congratulations, man. That's great. If it's your first kid, your life is going to change completely. It's going to be amazing. Just prepare to get a lot less sleep. His name will be Johan. We are Dutch American. Best to you. Thank you very much, John, and congratulations. Having kids was the best choice I ever made in my life, hands down. Activision is worse than EA. Yeah, like I just said before, I would agree with you on that one. I saw a tweet the other day that this doctor said a patient refused to get the vaccine because it was made of aborted. Yes, I saw that. And it's against his religion. The amount of misinformation is depressing, and it gets worse. And what's amazing about a lot of these people is that even if you show them something like, hey, here's some information I got from right from the CDC or from an accredited source, and it totally refutes what they say. They're like, yeah, no, I don't care. It's made from aborted babies, and la, you can't say. By the way, though, if I start dying from COVID, can you give me the vaccine? Because that's a cure, right? That's how it works. No, that's not how it works. You have COVID, the vaccine, it's null and void at this point, dude. It's not a cure. It just bolsters your immune system. So if you do get infected with the virus, it will know to attack it so you don't get symptoms, or it'll mitigate your symptoms. Rich, make us whole again. Whole means that I have to go empty my hole. So I'm going to be back in like 2 minutes. Whole. Here, I'll put the music back on. You can listen to that. It's a prevention, not a cure. You are 100% correct. Actually, I don't have to take a dump. I just got to pee. I'll be right back.
Exposed. Hashtag drama alert. There's news to expose. Hashtag breaking. SS Sniper Wolf has a vagina. More on that at 11. Vagina. Hey guys, it's scarce here. Lots of news today. Lots of exposure. And double upload. Expose.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I am completely pissed. I was going to write a script for this video. Why am I still getting hate?
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Scares here. And so from now on, I'm going to report the news. Let's go inside the stories.
Right, so no dump was necessary. Thank God. It was just a fart, kids. It was just a fart. Oh yeah, I gotta shut the song off. Fuck. Just a fart, son. Just a fart. Anyway. So yeah, that's not how vaccines work. And what's sad is, like I said, I guarantee you a lot of those people who refused, because now the vaccine's readily available. So in the beginning it was tough to get. Now, if you're not getting it, you're just not getting it by choice. So these people were almost guaranteed to be anti-vaxxers. Again, we'll still have to say speculation. I don't know these people personally, but they were probably like all on the anti-vax train, anti-vax. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, now I'm dying. Can I get the vaccine? I'm dying from COVID-19. Vaccine will help now, right? No, it won't. And I'm thinking to myself, I bet you were thinking you were some fucking expert. Oh, the vaccine is made from aborted babies, or oh, the vaccine's going to make me magnetized, or oh, the vaccine is going to kill me, or oh, it's going to cause me to get cancer. But you didn't know a vaccine's not a cure? You didn't know it was preventative medicine to bolster your immune system so it knows how to handle the virus if you should get infected with it? I thought you were such an expert. Again, I don't wish death on anybody. And it's funny, I see a fucking video going around, too, where people are like, oh, Rich, you wish death on someone. You said, hey, no, I said, hey, what I was saying, and I don't take it back, was, yay, yo, man, go get COVID then. It's no big deal, right? Go get COVID. To that guy who was in the other day who was calling me all fucking names and shit. Go get COVID. Just take your vitamin C and your zinc. You'll be A-okay, right? I never said I wish death on you. Kind of funny how the projection comes out, though. Like, I thought COVID won't kill you. Thought it's not a big deal. I never said I wanted you to die. I said, go catch COVID. You'll be fine with your zinc and your, right? You'll be fine. Go catch COVID. It's no big deal. Let's see how not big of a deal it is after you catch it. And I've had relatives, too, who also caught it and survived. And it was the worst illness they said they have ever had. saying that I wish, fuck off, saying I wish death. No, I said go catch COVID, tough guy. Go catch it. It's no big deal, right? Go catch fucking COVID. Tell me how it is. Come back to me. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below after you catch it. Now Howard Stern, he's like, yeah, he's fucking, people will call him up and fight with him about the vaccine. He's like, yo, go catch COVID and fucking drop dead. I'm like, oh man, I'm pretty brutal with my audience, but that's like, that's like fucking next level brutality. My relatives who believe that Jay was made from aborted babies just decided to get Moderna or Pfizer. Guess that's, well, congratulations. Because, hey, they got the one that has a higher efficacy. I think it's 75% for J&J, and it's 95% for Moderna and Pfizer. Anyway, Rich, please tell my wife, Ashley, Ashley, you're beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Oh, yeah, Howard Stern, you want to hear someone actually, I didn't wish death on anybody. I said, yo, just go catch COVID then. I don't give a shit. Go fucking catch it. I don't care. You want to see all this stupid shit to me? Go catch COVID, tough guy. He'll be like, yo, go catch COVID and fucking drop dead of it. I don't give a shit. Like, he'll literally fucking, like, go catch COVID and drop dead, you fucking piece of garbage, and he'll hang up on him. I'm like, oh, well, that's one way to go about it. He doesn't give a fuck, man. He doesn't give a fuck, especially now because he's not on terrestrial radio. Look, he's been having some real good interviews lately, like where he has like really solid things to talk about. Like when he has like Lady Gaga on and stuff like that, and he's like asking him, like, "Are you going to get married?" Like, who really? I guess there is an audience that cares because I'm sure that Sirius is doing heavy demographic research, but I know deep down he doesn't. But then he'll have people on, like, he has a whole bunch. Like, I would say I like 90% of his interviews, if not more. But there's a couple on, like, I'm like, dude, you don't really care about this. I know you don't. I think video games like Call of Duty set a terrible example for children. There's no lag when you shoot someone in real life. 4 fart, 2 laugh, 1. Jesus, I feel like I'm 4 fart. Oh, they're overlapping. I feel like I'm like working. Hi, McDonald's, may I take your order? Hi, can I have 4 farts and a snort, please? Why, yes, you can. I'll just do a snort. Oh my God, I'm so tired of hearing that 99.5% survival rate. Yeah, I get it, dude, but it's still a fucking night, and that's not true that everyone has that. Most people don't have symptoms. That's not true. And even mild symptoms are still like a fucking nightmare. Stop. Like, okay, so I know the percentage is 99.5%. You want to take a 0.5%? Here's the thing. You know what? Getting vaccinated, any of the vaccines are almost 100% chance that you will not die from it or have to be hospitalized. 99.5% chance, bro. Oh, man. I haven't got it yet because I joined the Navy, and I assume I'll get it at MEPS, but if it really made me magnetic, I would get it tomorrow. That sounds fun. Yeah, man, you could just like pick up a fork and just go like you have superpowers. Finally going on my vacation to Florida from last year that was canceled due to COVID. Man, does it feel... Yeah, dude, and that's the thing, and that's why I'm so fucking pissed off. Like, that the mask mandates me. Like, I got vaccinated. I did my fucking part. You know, it's nice. Look, it's not, will it be the end of the world to wear a mask? No, it won't. Fine, whatever. But I like not having to think, oh, I need a mask. Oh, I got to go get a mask. Walk in here with a mask. Got to have extra masks in the car. And because of idiots, we're going backwards. Anyway, let's horses. You ever notice that trolls to like the most dedicated trolls are like really, really far right people in a lot of cases. At least the ones that were mine. It's funny, I think Review China USA was here the other day. He noticed it too. And he used to be a pretty dedicated troll. So it's not like he knows. He's been in the trenches. He's like, yeah, you ever notice that a lot of the trolls are really, really like into right wing and like love Trump and are very, very, very like into everything right wing, like far right wing? I'm like, yeah. And what's funny is that they'll try to call me because I used a homophobic slur like 6 years ago on a live stream once, which I apologized for immediately after. They're like super homophobic, actually homophobic themselves, which I'm not. It's very obvious that they're racist. I used to look at some of their timelines, like, and I'm like, really? You're going to call me like, you're calling me out on stuff that you actually believe in? Like, okay, they're fucked. They're fucked up in the head. They're fucked up in the head. Former politician who worked under the Bush is an exec at Activision Blizzard. He also downplayed the allegations. So yeah, that's wonderful. You ever notice how people that used to work in politics always seem to get a really cushy, high-paying job at corporations afterward? What a weird coincidence that is. It's almost like an indirect way to buy politicians so they make laws in your favor. Strange. Just letting you know, I'm in a crowded Mexican restaurant watching you shirtless. Put me on the big screen, dude. I'll go on the big screen. People send me pictures of me watching me shirtless on the fucking big screen all the time. Tell them they could, hopefully they have smell-o-vision. They could smell my sweaty shirt from walking. Let's see how many steps I did. I'll find out right now. How many steps did I do today? How many steps did that do? I almost did 12,000 steps. That shirt probably smells like vinegar and the truth. Got my second shot today, ready to... Yeah, you're going to wake up sick tomorrow. No, that's not... No. Both of my parents, and my dad's a diabetic, both of my parents had no symptoms from... I think they got Pfizer? They got one of the 2-dose, and the second dose, they had no reaction to it. I had a very... I didn't even have a mild. It made me fart more for like 2 days, which I fart quite a bit, so that's saying something. So I farted even more than that. But I had Johnson, and everyone's like, oh, Rich, did you feel sick? I know some people that they felt a little bit sick. I'm like, no, I just farted more. Maybe it made me feel a little bit if I was searching for something, but then again, that could have just been in my head. Like, you know, when you think you're going to catch something, you feel like you caught it. So my arm was a little teeny bit sore. That was it, man. I'll be the first in line to get the fucking booster shot if we need it to. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I've been getting vaccines my whole fucking life, and I'm not dead. We are here because of science and medicine. We live to the lengths we live because of science and medicine. We have evolved as a society because of science, technology, and medicine. Now all of a sudden people want to deny it. I'm not saying that governments have not done shady things in the past before, that people shouldn't question them. But remember, as you sit here watching me stream and you think I'm a fat cuck piece of shit because I am pro-vax, you're here doing that because of the technology and science and medicine that we have. Just all intertwined. Because if we were middle-aged still at 13, we wouldn't live long enough to be able to develop the technology that we have right now to be doing what we're doing. The more you know... give that big, Rich, have you seen the YouTube videos of people test playing big games like on a micro SD card to play it smooth, just longer load times? Yeah, I'm actually, that's what I'm working on tomorrow. If you don't see a video from me, I'm working on it no matter what. I was going to work on it today, but that's what I'm working on tomorrow. I'm actually going to set it up so I can just wake up and start recording that shit. Give that big, beautiful bird a kiss. Carlos, you lord. That email Jalen Brock sent within Blizzard sounded insincere to me. Some parts sounded almost trollish. Well, yeah, dude, it's a typical, like, shit. I was caught in 4K not running my company properly because he was there till 2018, right? So I have to do something to save face right now. Duh. I'm not saying duh to you and trying to be condescending, but yeah, he got caught in fucking 4K. I kind of like that saying. I hope it doesn't get tired and old soon. Caught in 4K, because you're getting caught in crisp high definition, bro. Did you know that 2 athletics tested positive COVID during opening day in Tokyo? In the end, the government are willing to people's lives for, yeah, that's, dude, money rules everything all around the world, not just in the States. It's all around the fucking world. I know people personally that I won't name any names, their jobs, like, oh yeah, someone was sick with COVID, but we're going to stay open anyway. You're fine. So, maybe someone may have called Better Business Bureau on those jobs and had someone go out there to do some inspections. Won't name who that person is. He may be drinking a bottle of seltzer right now and being shirtless and about to not be shirtless. Oh yeah, that was me. Fuck them. Both Moderna shots put me on my cheeks for 3 days. Hey, everyone's different. And my parents, I think they either got Pfizer or Moderna. My dad, like I said, my dad's a diabetic, so inherently that compromises your immune system. He had no reaction. Everyone's different, man. I did my part and got my Moderna vax back in March. I don't want to wear a mask again because of morons not getting their vax for dumb. It's all fucking conspiracies, dude. It's all fucking conspiracies. Actually, the shirt... Not gonna lie, I'm just keeping it real. And I would tell you if it smelled like you guys know me. Let me smell the pits. No. This shirt smells... Obviously, I've worn it the past couple days. I'm not gonna lie. You know I have. And if it smelled like my asshole, I would tell you. It smells like it just came out of the fucking wash. I don't know what to say. Oh, man. I just think executives should never apologize. They are usually really bad and tone-deaf apologies that rival YouTubers. No, a YouTuber's apology is, I've apologized before and I've tried to not follow the tropes. It's where it's like they're either holding an animal to try to make them seem more empathetic, or they start off with, all right, we got to talk. It's kind of stopped because people have called them out on the cliche, but it still happens enough. I just think so yeah. Rich, also the Spuncast was really emotional. Click talked about how women are always being attacked, and she went all in on the freaks who threatened her and her family's life. Is that where do they talk about that now?
Until, there's
or
some
did
resolution.
I go over that part? Because right now it's MVG talking. It's just pathetic, man. Like, I always think back to how, even if it's a kid, how sad and fucked is your life? Like, even if it's someone who's like 13, 14, to send to someone, you want to see them get raped on a live stream. So not only are they getting raped, that they lose their job. How are you that angry? How are you that, especially, even if you're young, how are you that angry at I love video games. Even at 40, I don't give a fuck. You could think I'm a loser for that. I love them. I don't think anyone here will think that, but it's a video game. Oh no, it's being delayed. That's what makes you lose sleep at night? Can I have that simple of a life? That's the only thing that makes you angry? And even if that is how simple your life is, you're going to wish someone gets raped because your game is being delayed? Wow. What an awful human being. Even if you're young, you're still awful. You're terrible. Rich, I feel a little sorry for that. The Tyler guy you roasted to hell and back the day you got very pissed about the anti. Why do you feel a little sorry? Why? Why do you feel sorry? I don't feel sorry. You stay stupid shit, you win stupid prizes. I just told him to fuck off. I will tell him to fuck off again. I watched that stream. I watched it actually when I went on another walk the other day. I made a lot of people mad. I'm okay with it. You know how long I held that in? You know how long I wanted to rip people apart like that for? And when people had no problem calling me, oh, you're just scared of COVID because you're a fat fuck and you're this and you're that. And they could say whatever they want. But when Rich goes off, and look, I went off, but I still think I was in line. I was brutal. I told people to go fuck themselves hard. I would tell them to go fuck themselves hard again. I held back for so long, and that was like over a year where I held my tongue. I've always shared my honest take. I'm pro-science. I'm pro-medicine. I'm pro-vaccine. Pro-mask. But I never wanted off like that. Even when I was getting demeaned, even when people were just talking shit, even when you have rocket scientists like Alan Roberts saying that, oh, it's a weight epidemic. It's not just a weight epidemic, dude. There's plenty of now they're saying it's younger, healthier people getting hospitalized. Dr. Alan Robert, doesn't give you a medical degree, dude, because you're jacked. So no, I don't feel bad in the slightest for anything I said the other day. And I would say everything again like I said it in a heartbeat. I held my tongue and held it, even as people were talking shit to me and talking down to me and calling me a cuck and calling me a liberal beta virgin piece of fat shit. And that's why you're scared. Okay. And now all of a sudden feelings are hurt because I'm being still not as people are wishing death on me. I didn't wish death on anybody. But because I'm vicious in the other direction, people are like, ah! Stay stupid shit. You win stupid fucking prizes. You know? Yeah, he's a personal trainer, but you watch, he's going around. It's like, that's the real, like, yeah, I'm still fat, but as a person who was over 100 pounds heavier, yes, obesity is a big fucking problem. I agree, Alan, and I'm working on the rest of the fucking man-tittage that I have. I agree. But viruses even kill healthy people. I'm not bringing up the same evidence again because I constantly use it over and over again. I'll let you talk this. I've had someone on talking about the hell they're going through, writing the death certificates. It's not just old and fat people. Like, I know that makes people sleep better at night. But I hate to burst your fucking safety bubble. That's not the reality. Anyway, going to bed. The stream is over. Baba Booey. Have a good night, Mr. Harris. Florida employers can require their employees to get vaccinated, but it's illegal for employers to ask for proof. Yeah, I don't, like, I always laugh when, like, sometimes if it's a hot day, I'll walk at the mall or whatever, but usually I like to walk outside. And if you're not vaccinated, you need to wear a mask. And I remember just asking, like, do you actually check if someone's no. So what the fuck is the point? Because you know no one's going to wear a mask even if they're not vaccinated. Who cares then? You know, actually I have a gym very close to me. I start going next week to the gym. You know, like why do you even waste the time printing the fucking paper? You know, like the QAnon freaks, the ones that are all the anti-vaxxers, they're not going to, like, I know people, I'll just say, that are like, they're not going to wear a fucking mask. They're just going to tell you. They're just going to tell you that they're vaccinated because they're stupid, selfish fucks. You know what I mean? Hey, Rich, you reminded me of Philip Musins or whatever his non-apologies after he was caught plagiarizing such a masterclass and how to, I still watch them from time to time to laugh a bit. But yeah, but he was like trying to apologize without apologizing. I ain't apologizing. I would say everything I said all over again. I wouldn't take back a fucking word. You better go to the gym, young lady. Should I wear a wig at the gym? I always remember that it was really creepy, and that guy's probably still going to be there when I start going again. This dude, like, he had a really hairy back, and he would wear like a skin tight. You wonder, Rich, how do you, like, he was right in front of me. I'd be on elliptical, and he was right in front of me. And he'd wear like these Daisy Dukes, and his ass cheeks were out. And I'm like, and you're right in front of me. I don't want to see your hairy ass the entire time I'm on this elliptical, but I'm not moving because it's the only elliptical open. Why am I not going? Some people, man, are funny. A lot of people, I could tell some people are relatively new and don't realize how insanely morbidly obese I used to be. And here, I'll show you something, too, just so people don't think I'm full of shit. Here. Almost 12,000 steps today. Yesterday, I actually did 13,000. Colin Vink, thank you very much. But he was wearing, like, Daisy Dukes, like, what was that show? Charlie's Angels. So, like... And then there was another time I was at the gym. I think this is a long time ago. And I went at like 2 a.m. for whatever fucking reason. And there was this like old dude there just blowing ass. And the whole gym smelled like death. And you would hear him. I'm like, really, bro? Really? Like, and they were like, he had to, like, you know, when you have a fart that's that bad, you smell it. Have a good night, Flukas. Congratulations, Cole. That's a hell of a lot of weight to lose. He made the whole fucking gym stink. I'm like, dude. I'm like, this is like, and it just kept going. Like, it would go away a little bit, and he would fart again. So I would either have a hairy man's ass in my face. Not in my, but right in front of me, or I would have an old man farting in my face. I was your first sub. Where? What do you mean you were my first sub? Like, dude, Ink Addict, and it was like, he would fart, and it would, like, your nose would burn from the acrid smell of ass. And he would go away. It's like, all right, good. He's away. And then he would fart, and it would be like, oh, God. Oh, yeah, dude. I've talked about that before, too. I remember one time I was getting over, like, a stomach flu, and I thought it was just a fart, and I was on my phone with my friend Nick, and I was like, yo, man, we were talking about whatever, and I'm like, I'm just going to rip one. And I was like, oh, God, no. Like, fucking, like, I just... got up carefully. Luckily, nothing got on my bed. I still washed all my sheets. I got a garbage bag, threw all the clothes out, got buck naked, got in the shower, and threw those clothes right in the trash can outside. Yeah, that's only happened twice in my life. The other time it was not as bad, but it was like, yeah, I'm throwing out these boxers. There was an old woman who would walk around the gym late at night in the day and fart. Something all noticed is she would whisper, "Oh yes." No, you're full of shit. Stop it. She had like some weird fucking kink fetish where oh yeah, smell my fart. People are weird like that, man. People get off on like, what's that rule, like Rule 38 or something? Like, if it exists, someone probably really wants to actually fuck a porcelain chicken. Not me, but I'm saying, like, if it exists, someone has wanted to fuck it. Rule 34. Yeah, if it exists, like, oh wow, there's a remote. Someone wants to. Oh wow, this pair of headphones. Someone wants to fuck these Like, I don't. Like, yeah, I've always talked about this because it still baffles me to this day. There's that thing of where someone literally wants to fuck a car. They're in a relationship with a car. They have a romantic relationship with a car. You ever speak to Asmongold ever? Thoughts on me? No, I have never. I've never spoken to him. So, Googlefish, are you being truthful? I'm waiting to see something in the chat. Dan Wolf, I was at work moving hundreds of pounds and I shot myself. It was not it. Dude, it happens, man. Shitting yourself happens. I mean, if it happens on a weekly basis, you may have another problem, but, you know, sometimes it hurts. Like I said to you, I thought that was just a fart. Man, was it more than a fart. It was more than a fart. I meant when you mentioned the apology video trope, it reminded me of the IGN guy. Not that you apologize for going to town on the anti-vaxxers. I fully support roasting those idiots. Well, yeah, that's why I was like, because I know some people were probably, because I know I really went off. I know I lost my fucking mind. I just had it up to here with all their shit. I know that people probably, like 2013 Rich, even though he wouldn't have meant it, probably would have apologized because I was scared and, you know, my YouTube channel was still like, I just did it full time, so it was kind of in a way fledgling, you know. 2020 Rich, or 2021 Rich, excuse me, I don't give a fuck. I wouldn't have given a fuck on my main channel. Now with the secondary channel, because I have a different audience here, I give less of a fuck, and I didn't give a fuck before. So I just was like, you know what? I'm tired of these people. They could talk all this shit, call me a fat fuck all they want to, and think they know more than fucking doctors and scientists. It's time to lace into them, and I don't regret it for a goddamn second. Not a second. I drank a whole bottle of seltzer. I'm going to be pissing quite a bit. I just realized that. Whole bottle. Might as well just finish it now. What the fuck? Oh my God, the cap just hit my testicle. Damn it. Hate when that happens. There we go. Don't whiz on the electric fence. Why do you feel like a pig? I thought you were saying, I'm like, dude, I'm drinking seltzer. It's not that I'm drinking soda. Ain't a pig for drinking that. That old woman story wasn't a joke. Okay, so chances are, I believe you, because you don't just come out with stories, like you come out with insane stories, but when you tell me insane stories, I know you're telling me the truth. I've known you long enough by now. So yeah, that she had probably some kind of like weird kink fetish where she wanted people to smell. There is a thing, like, not to go down the rabbit hole, but I remember I would like look for like fart videos to send intro guy, and I'd find like these crazy like farts in leather pants, and I'm thinking it's just jokes, like ah ha ha, someone's farting in leather pants, and then I start looking through the comments like, oh man, I wish you wore those leather pants and farted in my face. What? And then I read more comments, and it's like, oh man, can we meet somewhere and you could just fart all over me? Yeah, I'm located in Germany. I'm in Germany too. Yeah, we can meet. Yeah, we can meet here. Fart all over you. Yeah. This is the thing. And then I'm like, all right. So now I'm curious. It's kind of like when you see a car wreck on the side of the road. I'm like, so then I go start watching other videos. Think what you want. I'm just keeping it real. And then there's one where the guy had a Ken doll that he put like in, you didn't see his ass cheeks, but he put it in between his ass cheeks. And no, I'm not changing my shirt. I'm going to wear this shirt for the entire month unwashed for you, Brian. Anyway, he like had a Ken doll and he was wearing leather pants, and the Ken doll, you didn't see his ass cheeks again because the video would have been taken down. But he had the doll where you obviously knew where it was, and he was letting rip-roaring farts. And then you see people in the comment section saying, oh, man, I wish I was that Ken doll. I would love to meet you and just have you fart all over me.
Spread your cheeks and just go to town.
Literally. I'm like, oh, this is a thing. These are people that are literally getting off and getting turned on by a guy farting in leather pants to the point that they want to meet him. And are getting turned on that he's farting on a plastic doll. If it exists, someone is getting hard over it. Oh man, yeah. That was like, oh, this is. I thought this was just for lulz. This is a fetish thing, and I always remember too. Saggy Melons is getting hard over it. I always remember. Shout out to Justin Silverman over at Cinemasker, formerly known for Silvermania. He just Facebook messages me one day. It was named like Bears Wrestling, and I had no idea what bears were at the time. Bears are like some, I'm not even sure. It's like when when dudes are attracted like big burly fat hair, kind of like me. Anyway, so he sends me a video of wrestling. And I'm like, all right, it's wrestling. What the fuck? He's probably just, maybe someone did some like insane move or like, oh yeah, brother, whatever. And I start watching it, and he's these two like oiled up fat dudes just going like, oh yeah. Like, what the fuck kind of wrestling is this? I didn't know what bears were at the time. He's like, dude, they're bears. What do you? He's like, you don't know what, like, that's like a thing. That's a fetish. I'm like, oh, this people are fapping to this. Oh, I thought you literally were sending me a wrestling video. I've now learned something. Thank you for teaching me, Justin. Thank you for that. That was a life lesson. I now know what bear wrestling is. It's kind of like that episode of where Dr. Steve Brule was going to a gay bar. He's like, yeah, I like bears. He's like, yeah, I like bears. They're big. They like honey. He goes in the guy's bike and he gets really hammered at this gay bar, not realizing what the meaning of what bears were. And he just starts throwing up in the bathroom, and they just leave him there because he got so drunk. I love Tim and Eric, and I love Dr. Steve Brule. Oh man. All right, we'll call this the final super chat. Thoughts on Street Fighter X Mortal Kombat crossover? You and Camo get together about swatting. As always, great content. Yeah, I'll probably have him on the live stream to talk about it. Maybe I'll actually chat with him tonight. I'll probably leave him a message right after the stream. Anyway, it's that time. I'm going to buy more of these because I drink a whole goddamn one. I might as well get this instead of having a whole bunch of cans all over me. Cans. Regular chat, super chat, new member. We got a new member tonight. Thank you very much. I appreciate all you guys. I will be back tomorrow with definitely a stream, but I have to do some other stuff and set up for that video I got to do. So unless there's like huge breaking like news, you may not see a video, but there'll definitely be a stream. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening. I'll probably stream longer because I'm not doing a video. And I'll talk to you guys real soon. Have a good one.